Hey all, welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Bloodborne. That is a stranger friend that I happened to summon. I'm gonna go ahead and fight Father Gascoigne, going right into the thick of things. I summoned somebody because Gascoigne, fighting alone, he's not impossible, but he's really annoying because about 75% through the fight, like 3/4 of your way into the fight, he transforms into a beast, and he does this sort of tackle move that you gotta watch for. And when he does it, if you don't dodge sideways, he just keeps hitting you with that tackle. And my health is so low that whenever I tried it while I wasn't recording, he killed me in about 2 hits whenever he would do the tackle move. I was planning on doing all of the videos just with NPCs kind of playing alone with the occasional invasion possibly, but that fell through in video 4. So but yeah, so if you're doing the fight against Father Gascoigne, the boss after the cleric beast, if you're doing the fight alone, I highly recommend, if you're a new player, that you buy the Kirk hammer and use it against him. The reason being, when Gascoigne goes into his beast form later in the fight, he's a lot quicker, but as soon as you hit him with the Kirk hammer once in the two-handed mode with the hammerhead part active, like transformed into the two-handed hammer, when you hit him with the hammer, even a regular hit, it will stagger him. So you can get, if you have good enough stamina, a good 3 or 4 hits with a heavy hitting weapon, and it's a lot easier to do by yourself than using the saw cleaver. I've never tried it with the beginner heavy weapon, the two-handed axe in the game, so I couldn't tell you how well that would work out, but I happened to summon somebody who uses the Kirk hammer, so you will actually be able to see how well the Kirk hammer staggers Father Gascoigne. I always fail the backstab on that guy. I don't know why. It's always an issue every time I go to fight these two enemies. I never get the backstab, but I believe what that guy's using is either very late game or possibly even DLC, but I wouldn't know because I haven't made it that far. So like I said in previous videos, once we get to a certain point, I will be going in just as blind as you are, and it'll be an experience together. That was weird. I apologize. Yes, because of the fact that there's three people fighting Father Gascoigne, if you use the Kirk hammer alone and you're fighting Father Gascoigne by yourself, don't use the hammer on him while he's in his regular form like he is now. Use the sword. Just take your damage where you can with the sword. When he goes into beast form, use the hammer, because then the staggers will even out more while he's in that mode. He's too fast in his current mode without being a beast to be affected, to be hit by the hammer as easily. So here's where he goes into the beast form. Watch the hammer guy when he hits him. If he hits him, oh no, he took out the sword. Never mind. I'm a jerk for lying. I'm sorry. Wasn't really an intense fight. I just kind of went in and out the whole time, as you could see. So it was fun. The main reason I went ahead and summoned people for this video to help with the boss fight was because I didn't want to spend my souls on the Kirk hammer because I'm a cheap ass. But lamp after the boss, pretty typical. There was a girl in the first, possibly second video I talked to, who asked you to find her mother's jeweled brooch, and it's right here. You can break the jeweled brooch open for a useful item that I can't remember exactly what the item is, or you can apply it to your weapon. I think it was some type of blood gem, but you can either do that or you can give it back to the girl. You really don't get any benefit from giving it back to her. In fact, it's a really depressing story, because the young girl says that she can't find her mummy, and so then you give the brooch that belonged to her mummy, who is now dead, to her through her window, and she cries, and you never hear from the little girl again. So there you go. It's up to you whether you want to sacrifice a okay item for story value. I usually do, just because there's much better items mid and late game. So however you want to do it, really. The only problem I really have with Bloodborne is the loading screens, honestly. It's the only thing that really kind of irks me every now and then. Cat! My cat's clawing on the bed, so sorry about that. Also, if you noticed in the early videos, I talked to this guy at the window a couple times, and I wanted to make sure to show you. He says to go to the cathedral ward, and that if you got to the, he just basically tells you that you need to get to the cathedral ward for safety. So I'm going back to the Tomb of Odin because I actually forgot to open the cathedral ward before I went back to the window. So to the headstone, Tomb of Odin. Within the next maybe 8 or 10 videos, since I'm doing them in increments of 10 minutes to 15 minutes, it's hard to judge exactly when, but within the next videos, we will be doing the Eileen the Crow quest and getting Eileen the Crow's outfit and dual daggers. Really cool weapon. Highly suggest if you like dexterous weapons, you give it a try in the game. After you beat Gascoigne, you get the key that opens this door. You go through the door. I'm not gonna say blatantly obvious things like most game commentators do. You can see what I do. The boss after Gascoigne is the blood-starved beast, who I will attempt to fight alone with an NPC. The blood-starved beast is not too hard if you prepare yourself. Beasts in general are weak to fire. Here's the cathedral ward. I'll resume in a second. I'll let this play out. It's actually kind of a creepy spot, if you don't mind my saying so. If I ever walked in a cathedral that had weeping masked statues, I would definitely not keep attending, but apparently you play a crazy person, so make sure you talk to this guy. I still don't know his name. Does he say it?
Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent.
Must have masked your scent.
Good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does. Always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk.
Women folk?
Blood, the snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, tell ya. But
Poor
if
guy.
you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erdin chapel.
I'll be sure to do that, yeah?
The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over.
Just in case you couldn't already tell, do not kill this NPC.
I know I shouldn't be asking you, but if you happen upon someone while hunting, tell them about it if they seem worth. Oh, and I'll do some.
So now, go back to the central Yarnum lantern and talk to the guy at the window like I was trying to do before. He will give you a flame sprayer, which helps with the blood-starved beast more than a gun does, because beasts in general are weak to fire, but the blood-starved beast is especially sensitive to fire. So make sure to get the flame sprayer. Also, make sure to talk to the old hag's door. I believed I talk to her. Yes, I did talk to her in recent videos, and she asks you if you know of a safe place. A safe place that she can stay because she's afraid of going bad. From the plague, obviously. A holy chalice.
Every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the true
I like the way he says that. A holy chalice.
take in communion.
Communion. I can sound just like him.
Most of the holy chalices
Every time he says it.
within the tomb of the gods,
Holy chalices.
and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again.
I'll get to the Thumaru, the chalice explanation. It starts with the Thumaru chalice, but I'll explain that whenever we get to the actual chalice. It's pretty close, actually, but
His worship
in the Valley Hamlet.
yet the
Sorry.
town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now owned its beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
With my luscious wavy locks. So make sure you talk to the guy at the window and the old hag in the caged dog area. I don't know what else to call it. Seek ye a holy chalice. I just can't help but be thrilled to say that phrase. Alright, so there's the window. I was wondering if I didn't do it. Cough, 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 cough. Leave me behind.
You needn't concern yourself with me.
I already knew you were gonna say that.
Of little help now.
I didn't expect you to be of help.
But before I did this,
Boom. Flame sprayer. That will be very
use
useful.
of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable. But this time
I've always thought that what he says here was interesting. This town gave me hope.
blood bought me time.
Strange blood.
I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human.
I think that implies that he wouldn't. I haven't looked up any Bloodborne lore. I like to try to figure things out myself and then later on look up lore videos and whatnot, seeing if any of what I've put together matches up with anybody else's. But because he said I can die human now, so that makes me feel like it's safe to assume anyway he would have died before, he would have been a beast. So I'm wondering what kind of strange blood is in Yharnam that was given to him. That's been bugging me ever since I found out about that, really. Got about a minute or a little over a minute left in time on the game, so I'm gonna knock on the old hag's door. Make sure you've talked to her previously, or at least talked to her now.
Well, if you weren't to cut off your arse, you wouldn't be in this mess.
She's a terrible person. I never want to help her, but I do every time, just to be the better person.
Tell me you're not. Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt.
Bitch.
Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done.
I'm wondering how she gets to Odin Chapel. She's obviously too old to be capable. Like, she might as well turn bad or die. That's kind of terrible to say, but she kind of sounds like a slightly... Never mind, I'm not going to say that. Just got a few seconds left in the broadcast, so that's everything I wanted to show you for this video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Stay up, stay positive, have a good one. Thanks for watching.